Welcome to the Leaf Hydroponic Farms. We have been disseminating the knowledge regarding hydroponic through our videos on our YouTube channel. Today we will talk about the grouping of the crops in hydroponic. If you can classify the various kind of food available or the fresh plants available to you for eating, then you can group into 2 to 3 categories. One is the group of plants where we eat only the leaves, the group of plants where we eat the flowers, and the group of plants where we eat the fruits. And second way of grouping is that the plants belonging to one kind of family or a single family and the plant belonging to different families. If you look at the physiology of the plants require different nutrients when they are in a vegetative stage. They require different nutrients to shift from the vegetative to the flowering stage. And then once they are into the fruiting stage, they require different kind of nutrient. So the nutrient you supply in hydroponic will squarely depend upon the organ of the plant which you are going to consume as a food. Is it a leaf? Is it a flower? Or is it a fruit? So today we will discuss what kind of crops can be grown with same nutrient and in the same hydroponic system, because the various hydroponic systems will depend on the type of the crop you want to grow. Once you plan a hydroponic farming, the first thing you will have to decide is what kind of crop we need to grow, and based on that you will be able to set up your system, and based on that you will be able to supply your nutrient to the plant to have a luxuriant or a better growth than in the conventional agriculture. We have tested a very large number of crops in our hydroponic farm for growing in different kind of systems. We tested cucumber, muskmelon, brinjal, tomato, cherry tomato, bell pepper, strawberry, two kinds of cabbages, green, red, and the Chinese cabbage, bok choy and pak choy, broccoli, celery, baby spinach, green lettuce, red lettuce, iceberg lettuce, romaine lettuce, butterhead lettuce, basil, kale, mint, etc. So these crops require grouping where you can grow them together, and secondly where you can supply them the same kind of nutrients. So we will talk in detail about all this. So the first group is where the crops take more than 45 or 60 days to mature, because the system required to grow such plants will have to be little different. So we grow such crops like the seedless cucumber and the melon, because they both belong to the same family, Cucurbitaceae. So you can supply the same nutrient to both these plants, and we grow them either in the grow bags in a substrate based system or in the Dutch buckets in a substrate system. The substrate, coco peat and perlite are mixed in the ratio of 8:2, or you can say 80-20, and then the grow bags are filled and the nutrients are supplied either by way of manual watering or by way of the drip irrigation. So these crops can be grown with the same kind of nutrient in Dutch bucket or a grow bag substrate based system, and they will grow very well vertically. Number of fruits from each vine will always depend on the type of crop you are using, whether you are taking muskmelon or you are taking cucumbers. The second group in this case are the same plants. They are also the vine plants, but they belong to a different family. The family here is Solanaceae, and you have brinjal, tomato, cherry tomato of different kinds, yellow, red, or any other kind, and the bell pepper, maybe green, maybe yellow, red, or maybe even the chocolate. These can also be grown, since they are vine crops, which can be grown for 180 to 240 days, and so they require to be grown again in either the grow bags or the Dutch bucket system. You can see on the right side the yellow pepper growing in grow bags, whereas on the extreme left side you will see the tomato growing in Dutch buckets. Here again, the substrate, same which is used, for the cucumber and the muskmelon, the same substratum can be used here for growing these crops. However, the nutrients of these crops will be little different than the nutrients of the family cucurbitaceae. But these crops like brinjal, tomato, the cherry tomato, and the bell pepper can be grown together in substrate based systems. Then we have another crop where we eat the fruits, but it is a fruit also. It is not a vegetable. That is a strawberry, which is most conveniently grown hydroponically. Though you can grow it in NFT also, but since NFT system has a little drawback here because strawberry are prone to root diseases, and once any plant catch a root disease in a circulatory system, the root diseases spreads very fast, and you cannot use fungicides because the roots are naked and they get killed very easily, or the root hair get killed very easily. So these strawberry are grown normally in a bucket system, in specialized bucket, the bato bucket system, which is shown on the uh, left side of the slide, and the grow bag system, which is shown on the right side. Then there are special other buckets also these days. They are called the California buckets, which are almost 1 meter long and can support 12 plants. Here, the cardinal principle is that you will have to use 2 liter of substrate per plant. If you are using 12 plants in a particular bucket, then you will have to ensure that the substrate is more than 24 liter. But here again, the substrate is a mixture which is quite granular with lot of air spaces, and then the irrigation is applied again either manually or through the drip irrigation system. Then you have this most famous, which we normally call, whenever the people talk of hydroponic system, they say, oh, let us grow leafy greens. So these are the leafy greens. Leafy greens include all those species or all those fruit plants where we eat the leaves. And these are cabbages, these are the lettuces, these are basil, spinach, celery, pak chai, bok chai, broccoli, and many other crops where you only eat the leaves. Such crops are short lived. They mature in 45 to 60 days, and even if there is anything which happens to the system or the disease strike the roots and all that, they can't damage, so that in order to reduce your commercial value of the crop. So these crops are grown either in a deep water culture with the floating platforms, or they are grown in NFT system or the DFT system very successfully, either in flat beds as shown on the right side, or even in the A frames, which we have already discussed many times. So these crops can be grown with the same kind of nutrient, and they can be grown together. Suppose you have a flatbed NFT system or a DFT system, couple of channel you can grow the cabbages, couple of channel you can grow the lettuce, couple of channel you can grow basil, bok chai, pok chai, or the broccoli, spinach, or celery, and all will grow very comfortably, because here we want to maintain the plant in vegetative state. We don't want the plant to flower, rather the flower appearance is considered as a loss of value in the crop. So we will have to be very sure that such crops can be grown together in the hydroponic systems. So friends, so you have clearly now very clear that in any planning of the hydroponic system, the first thing you will have to plan is what do you want to grow, and then you will have to, based on that, you will have to decide whether you want to go for the deep water culture, whether you want to go for the NFT, DFT, the grow bag or the bucket system, or you need the this bato bucket or the California bucket or the Dutch bucket for growing the vine plants. So the nutrients will depend on, the system will depend on the type of the crop you want to grow. Then we have a definite system where a couple of crops can be grown together with the same nutrient in the same system. And then you have the nutrient system or the nutrient solution based on that kind. So be careful. Don't grow the plants which you need flowers or fruits in a system which the nutrient is designed for leafy greens. So that will not be very beneficial, and the growth may not be very proper. Another point which I want to discuss here is that some plants like the tomato, bell pepper, cucumber, and your muskmelon, etc., there the plants have three stages. They have a small young stage, then the vegetative stage, and then the flowering and the fruiting stage. So your nutrient solution change accordingly. You have different nutrient for the young plants, different nutrient and their concentration for the vegetative growth, and different nutrients and concentration for the flowering and the fruiting stage. But again, the same type of plant which are classified together, we have discussed earlier, they can be supplied these three stages of the nutrient together. There is no need to worry that whether the young tomato require different nutrient, or the young bell pepper, they require the same kind of nutrient, because they are the vine crops. We need fruits and they belong to the family Solanaceae. So this will decide on what kind of hydroponic system you want to adopt. So friends, if you like our video, then don't forget to subscribe our channel. You like it, subscribe it and press the bell icon to ensure that you get the notifications for our any new video which disseminate the knowledge about hydroponics. Thank you very much.